Ah! Wait, it's on? It's playing? Okay. Um. Yeah, that intro is a little ridiculous. It's too long. He probably should shorten that a little bit, or should have shortened it before releasing it. That's a little awkward. Uh, the wall. If you pay attention to its coat, the bottom portion or the flaps, whatever you want to call it, the overhang changes in tones. I can see it jumping all around the palette. That's a no-go. I'm not feeling that. That's not hot. Uh, I'm not bashing this guy's character. No disrespect intended. This guy tried, and he created a Sephiroth at a time when nobody else was taking initiative and creating Sephiroth himself. So I respect this guy for making this. For all of you who bash this character, I know the main reason that most people bash him is because he's uber cheap. This is a cheap ass Mugen character, and cheap for those who aren't part of the Mugen community or adept with Mugen. It just means a character who's ridiculously strong when it's not a necessity. There's no reason for this character to be overpowered, and people shouldn't have to tweak the character to make it mesh with the rest of their Mugen characters on the game. Let's get into it. I just pressed one button and he teleports. If you're watching this video, you're familiar with 2D fighting. Dawson from Street Fighter whatever, 1 through whatever, in order to make that character teleport, do you know what you have to do? You have to press so many directions just to get him to teleport one time. You teleport with Sephiroth using one button. You know, I can't even critique the art. The art's pretty lackluster. No disrespect intended. It's pretty bad artwork. And I think the guy I think he rushed it because he just wanted a Sephiroth and he needed something to play with, and you know, he just got it done. I'm thankful this guy released it to everyone. These sound effects are the new hotness right here. I just pressed 2 buttons at one time and did some crazy ass hyper. I've never heard of that. This is, yeah, okay, I'm starting to understand or perceive this character as cheap like everyone else is doing now. Jump sprites. Okay, I can vouch for this guy for his jump sprite. If you watch his hair flutters. At least he animate the hair. At least the animation's okay. Kinda. Reason I say kinda because if you look closely at Sephiroth, look at the shoulder pad that is closest to the opponent. There's something blipping in and out. It's like a gray bar or something. I don't know if that means he's twisting the sword or if that's a shadow. I don't know what the hell that is blipping right there on the top of his sword by his the shoulder pad close to the opponent. See it? I had to repeat that in case you guys didn't catch it. Okay. Sound effects, digging them. Artwork, hate it. The overhang jumping through the palette like that, that's kind of crazy. The belt that Sephiroth is wearing, that's questionable. I haven't ever seen a belt like that on Sephiroth, so I'm not sure. Look at Sephiroth's hand when I attack with him. I don't know if that brown is supposed to be blood stains or dirt. I don't know what the hell that is, but I know that's not Sephiroth's. That's not what he looks like. And I'm looking at his gloves also, that they're fingerless gloves. Sephiroth didn't have fingerless gloves. No variation of Sephiroth has fingerless gloves. If you were trying to tweak this Sephiroth and make this into some new version of Sephiroth, it still wouldn't make sense because Sephiroth is a very classy individual and he would never wear fingerless gloves. For those of you who keep up the plot for the game and the movies, Sephiroth is very snooty and he would never wear a cutoff shirt, fingerless gloves, and you know, drive a truck with mud flaps. It's not in his nature. But I digress. I kind of like the walk sprites. I can't hate on his walk sprites. I really like those walk sprites. I think, okay, the foot placement could be tweaked a little bit. If you're really picky, that'd be a problem for you. You know, why does blood splatter when he hit you? I know it's a person getting hit with a sword, but majority of Mugen games, they have different. The hit sparks aren't the same for majority of Mugen games. They vary. So, and blood splatter isn't the cliche for it. So I don't understand that. Let's see what else we got here. I just pressed 2 buttons and he did a hyper. That's a no-go. You don't press 2 buttons and do a hyper. There's no character in existence that has a button set like that. Uh-oh, here's another. I'm pressing down. See him jerking his head up and down like that? Yeah, this character has no crouch. No, you can't mesh this Mugen character with other artists' creations or other Mugen characters and expect it to gel correctly, because no. If you can't crouch, you're not gonna fight effectively. And I hope he wasn't trying to compensate, you know, for him having a character uber powerful by not having a crouch, because that's a little questionable. That's a little excessive. I just did it again. At least he took the 2 bars off of it to do whatever the hell that was. So we know it's a hyper. The downside to that is that it's still 2 buttons. That's a no-go. I like this. He has a good idea. Very good. I like that. He has an idea of what he wants to do with it. He just doesn't have the artistic muscle to pull off the sprites for it, which people might complain about. Why do you have cool moves on a character that looks like this? Well, we can tell he was motivated, and we can tell he had initiative, and he took it, and you know, he just got the job done. If I were to rate this Mugen character gets a solid 3 out of 10. The first point comes from this being a Mugen character. The second point is because it's Sephiroth, and I'm just grateful this guy even made a Sephiroth Mugen character at all. It seems like he had an idea of what he wanted to do with the crazy hypers and the sound effects. The sound effects is definitely why I give him that 3rd point. This sounds like Sephiroth, so I like the sound effects a lot. This is ARTISTROPEADOPE, and this has been a review of Sephiroth by Gunther. You guys be on the lookout for my custom Final Fantasy VII roster. It's going to be high definition. I'm going to cover every character from Final Fantasy VII, or rather the ones that I think are important. And that's it. God bless.